Disney's Zootopia stole the hearts of fans everywhere, but there are tons of things you probably never noticed. Stay tuned to find out the funniest thing you probably missed in the movie. If you're a Disney fanatic, be sure to subscribe for more awesome videos. Now let's get to the 10 things you probably never knew about Zootopia.
I'm Gazelle. Welcome to Zootopia.
Furry details. There are a ton of animals in Zootopia, of course, and they all have some furry appearances. But did you know that Disney's animators took a lot of care to make sure the fur was realistic? Instead of just slapping generic fur on all of the animals, the animators did a ton of research. All of the animals' fur is based on real life. For instance, the polar bears don't have white fur. They have clear fur that appears white, just like in real life. Foxes have fur that start out dark at the roots and gets lighter towards the tip. They included all sorts of details like that. The animals were also made more realistic by having stuff in their fur like leaves and sticks. Real animals aren't always all that clean, so it makes sense that the Zootopia animals wouldn't be either. You can really see the debris in yaks, the yak's fur.
You know, I'm gonna hit the pause button right there, because we're all good on Bunny Scout cookies.
No.
The animators also used some advanced animation technology for the fur. In other movies, they would digitally pluck fur strand by strand that they needed to move. But in Zootopia, they were able to use a new technology to trim hair that appeared beneath the clothes. Pretty cool. A Star Wars reference. Disney is the best at throwing in all sorts of fun Easter eggs in all their movies, and Zootopia is no different. There are so many Disney references in this film that it's hard to keep up with all of them. Ever since Disney bought the Star Wars franchise, they have started throwing in some space-age references. They went way back to the original Star Wars films for the reference. When Judy is trying to get the train car started, she powers it up, only to have it quit working on her. Then she whacks it, and it roars back to life.
Well, hallelujah.
This is just like what Han Solo did in the Millennium Falcon in Empire Strikes Back. Talk about a throwback. What other Easter eggs are hidden in the movie? 2 baby elephants are dressed like Anna and Elsa from Frozen, and we even see a stuffed Mickey Mouse in a stroller during one of Nick's schemes. One of the directors, Rich Moore, says there are all sorts of film references throughout Zootopia. He says they had lots of time to include little things because they spent years working on the movie. It definitely has paid off. What other Easter eggs have you noticed? It really is a zoo. Zootopia follows the rabbit Judy Hopps. She becomes the first ever rabbit to join the police force. Rabbits are typically seen as really timid and not cut out for police work, but Judy is no ordinary rabbit.
It's called a hustle, sweetheart.
She and criminal fox Nick Wilde team up to solve a case. Zootopia really is a perfect animal world. All of the animals in the world live together mostly in peace. Judy and Nick discover that someone is poisoning predators and making them act like they would in the wild. But they totally defeat the bad guys. In order to make a whole world full of animals, the animators had to include a whole bunch of species. There are 64 different species of animals in Zootopia. That's crazy! The only place you can see that many animals is in an actual zoo. Of course, there are rabbits and foxes. There is a tiger and a rhino on the police force. The assistant mayor is a sheep, but most of the species are just background characters. It's really amazing how much detail went into creating this world full of animals. And every animal has been totally anthropomorphized. That's the big fancy word for acting human-like. They typically walk on 2 feet and do all sorts of human things, like drink coffee and read newspapers. Judys Outfit. When Judy joins the police force, her boss doesn't have a lot of faith in her abilities to go after bad guys. He puts her on parking ticket duty, which she is not too happy about.
Sir, I don't want to be a meter maid. I want to be a real cop.
But did you notice that Judy is wearing body armor? She's wearing a bulletproof vest on the outside of her uniform. Actually, that vest would probably be a little longer to actually prevent any damage to her little rabbit organs. This isn't that weird considering Judy is a cop, but what is weird is that she is the only Zootopia cop to wear body armor. She's also wearing protective armbands and knee pads, but no other cop is. Zootopia is generally considered to be safe, and even in the real human world, cops don't usually usually put external body armor on unless they're in an extra dangerous situation. So why does Judy wear so much armor? Is it because she knows she's going to end up investigating a super dangerous case? Maybe the armor makes Judy feel less insecure about being a small prey animal on the police force. Whatever the reason, the look is totally unique to Officer Hopps. Why do you think she wears all the body armor? Duke Weaselton. Duke Weaselton is one of the bad guys in the movie. He is, of course, a weasel, and he's mostly involved in crimes like selling bootleg DVDs and pickpocketing.
Duke Weaselton, and I ain't talking rabbit, and ain't nothing you can do to make me.
But he is tasked with stealing the flower that has the toxin in it. But this whole character is a giant Easter egg. He's named of the Duke of Weaselton, one of the villains from Frozen. Just like Weaselton, the Duke of Weaselton is really greedy. He is only after wealth. He also is the one who declares Elsa a threat to their lives and orders her to be sentenced to capital punishment. He tries to make amends at the end, but Elsa is no fool. She deports him from the kingdom. Duke Weaselton and the Duke of Weaselton are also voiced by the same actor. Alan Tudyk plays both of these villains. Tudyk is most famous for his role as Wash, the goofy pilot from the hit sci-fi show Firefly. He later starred on the sitcom Suburgatory. Tudyk voiced another Disney villain. He played Alistair Cray in Big Hero 6 back in 2014. Then he voiced droid K2SO in Star Wars Rogue One. Alan Tudyk is definitely no stranger to Disney voice acting. He plays a great villain, and he also plays a great rooster in Moana. That's right, he is the talent behind Hey Hey. The DVDs. Speaking of the Duke of Bootleg, the DVDs that are sold by Duke Weaselton are hilarious and are totally Disney Easter eggs. They're all titles of Disney movies that were already released or were in the works when Zootopia was released. But the creators made the titles more adapted to a world full of animals.
Well, hello, step right up. Anything you need, I got it.
We love Pig Hero 6 instead of Big Hero 6. There's Floatsin instead of Frozen. The cover of Wrangled is hilarious. It's a horse dressed like Rapunzel from Tangled. The horse has the same long blonde hair. How funny! Instead of Wreck-It Ralph, there is Wreck-It Rhino. That's the perfect animal to play Ralph, don't you think? Even though Moana had not been released, we saw a DVD called Meowana. We guess that's about a Polynesian cat. There was also Giraffic. That was supposed to be a nod to Gigantic, a movie about the fairy tale Jack and the Beanstalk, but Disney canceled the movie back in 2017. We think that these film titles are so creative. They are funny jokes for the animal world, and they are also Easter eggs. The creators of Zootopia really put in so many awesome details. Think those are funny references? Wait till you see some other Disney Easter eggs. All About Bellwether. The assistant mayor of Zootopia is a little lamb named Bellwether. At the beginning of the movie, she comes across as really timid. She's always being overworked and overlooked by her boss, Mayor Lionheart. Bellwether is not such a sweet sheep, however. After years of being mistreated by predators, she believes prey are superior.
Predators. They may be strong and loud, but prey outnumber predators 10 to 1.
She is revealed to be the main antagonist. She orders predator species to be rounded up and given the toxin that makes them savage and feral, in hopes that she can convince the world predators are evil. But she is stopped by Judy and Nick. She may be evil, but her character has some interesting animation facts. To make her seem sweet and innocent, animators based her look after some classic Disney lambs. Make Mine Music and Melody Time were Disney movies from the 1940s. She is designed after the lambs from those two movies. Also, the animators put a lot of work into her wardrobe. She has 6 different outfits. One is a dress with scissors on it since sheep get sheared. All of her clothes are supposed to be wool. We guess being a sheep didn't give her enough wool. Bellwether definitely pulled the wool over our eyes. You could say she's like a wolf in sheep's clothing. Okay, dumb joke. We'll see ourselves out. Who plays Judy? Judy is such a lovable character. From the very beginning, we fall in love with her because she is so optimistic. She has overcome a major obstacle in becoming the first bunny on the police force, and she is really dedicated to making the world a better place.
Then I guess I'll have to be the first one, because I'm gonna make the world a better place.
It was important that Disney got the perfect actress to voice Judy Hopps, and they totally did. She's played by Jennifer Goodwin. Jennifer is a real-life Disney princess. At least she has played one for several years. You probably recognize Jennifer from Once Upon a Time. She has played Mary Margaret, aka Snow White, since 2011. The show just ended in 2018. If you think about it, Snow White and Judy have a lot in common. They are both always positive and fiercely independent, and they are both dedicated to doing good. Jennifer Goodwin married Prince Charming. That's right, she fell in love with her on-screen husband from Once Upon a Time. She and Josh Dallas have been married since 2014. See, she really is a Disney princess. She apparently always wanted to be one. We're so glad she got her wish. We wonder if she always wanted to be a crime-fighting bunny too. Cheetah Danger. A lot of work went into making Zootopia's cast as realistic as talking animals can be. That included a trip to Africa. Filmmakers went to study some animals in real life. The director of cinematography, Nathan Warner, had a pretty scary experience with a cheetah while he was there. He met a rescued cheetah, but the cheetah was not a fan of the camera Warner was using. He leapt up on him. OMG, we would have been absolutely terrified. That is scary AF. Thankfully, neither the cheetah nor the director were harmed. Still, we're glad that didn't happen to us. Speaking of cheetahs, Officer Clawhauser is one of our favorite characters.
Oh, goodness. They really did hire a bunny. What? I gotta tell you, you are even cuter than I thought you'd be.
He's just so sweet. He's kind of chubby for a cheetah, but otherwise he's a pretty realistic looking cat. He even has the dark markings that look like tears on cheetahs. They also threw in a Disney Easter egg on him. One of the spots on his cheek looks like Mickey Mouse's head. We wonder if the directors decided to make Officer Clawhauser the opposite of scary, since they had such a scary encounter with a real-life cheetah. It's pretty funny to think about how different the character is from the fierce African cats. Judy's playlist. We've seen a lot of Disney Easter eggs in Zootopia, but this last one might be the most creative one. When Judy is on the train through Zootopia, she turns on her MP3 player. She picks some upbeat tunes to set her mood before she starts her new career as a police officer. She chooses a song called Try Everything by Gazelle, and the song is inspiring AF. Seriously, it makes us feel just like Judy, like we can overcome any challenge. But did you ever take a good look at her playlist? It's hilarious. After Try Everything, the next song is Let It Goat. This is supposed to be a parody of the hit song from Frozen, although we wonder what letting it goat really means. Underneath that, we see another Disney parody song. Part of Your Wool is based on the Little Mermaid song Part of Your World. Is it about her mer-sheep? Then we've got a hit song from an alternative Lion King. We bet Can You Feel the Fluff Tonight is a super romantic song in Zootopia. Finally, we see Array Bunny Nights instead of Arabian Nights. We would totally be down to see an all-rabbit version of Aladdin. Which of these fake Disney songs would you want to listen to? Let us know in the comments. And that's it for the 10 things in Zootopia you probably never knew. Check out our community page on YouTube and don't forget to subscribe.